Sure. Stand for the pledge, please.
Sorry.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Gentlemen.
Item number 2 on today's agenda, we have the minutes and claims from the Vigo County Auditor.
We've got June 15th minutes for approval.
Okay. Questions?
Yeah, I think they look great.
Yeah. Make a motion to approve minutes.
Second?
All by? Aye. Okay, minutes approved.
Then we've got claim docket for June 12th through June 18th in the amount of $66,464,978.55. It's a little high, but it includes the settlement.
Is there anything that you want to point out for the public in this, for educational purposes?
There's nothing really unusual about it.
Or interesting, or somewhat interesting?
Well, of that number I gave you, 63,463,165.21 was the amount of taxes collected and distributed from the May payment
And we do this how many times a year?
twice.
School corporation's amount was 20,671,000. City of Terre Haute, 8 million. Did I say 20,000?
Yes.
Yeah, 20 million. 8 million. Just to put things in perspective.
Okay.
So Nevins is not on here because are they not receiving a distribution? Because of that issue?
Yes, that's correct.
So they're receiving $0.
Right.
And then the other one was
What was it?
Prairie 10, Prairie Creek,
Prairie-
and they're not on here either. No.
Well, they
Prairie 10
got-
received 14,000.
That'd be for the poor relief, probably.
Well, we met with John Ford. We were assured that poor relief would hit Nevins Township, so I'll follow up with him on that one. Then the fire district ones that
Oh, yeah.
the council asked for them to submit the letter, is that last month, or is that this month?
What's that?
For the public safety, the
That was-
LIT?
That was for their lit distribution for next, yeah, they submitted that, last month's count.
And that distribution will come
That comes out of,
next year. So the letter that they did last month, the request,
is for next
that'll
year,
hit next year. So
Yeah.
what we're seeing today
is last
in
year's
this is what they
report.
requested last year.
Mhm.
You got to put that in perspective. City of Terre Haute for their public safety lit component, 171,000, easy numbers. And then Nevins Township, $671. New Goshen, $800.
Crazy.
I know. I called that from day one. Let's take the shining moment to say that. It wasn't balanced, it wasn't fair. Still isn't. So with that said, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. All those by aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item on the agenda, we have a construction services agreement between Garmong for them to supply the labor, equipment, supervision, and materials to complete the 911 Central Dispatch Backup Center. And I've reviewed this, everything is pretty standard to look at me, legal-wise.
What we're using that as our backup, so trying to find a solution. We partnered with the city of Terre Haute in building their new facility, their new police station, to put a backup dispatch center there. So if our facility goes down where it currently is in the annex, then we can transfer the operations not far away. We've made sure that there's no issues with power grids. We made sure that we have redundancy. So if our tower here has an issue, we can still operate out of the new police station. So we're just moving forward with covering our costs through their PSAP 911 funds. To do this. Yeah, and we're just doing this in this meeting versus what we could have done, just for transparency. But one thing, Mr. Mata said that we need to do, I've talked to Chief Keene about this, and Vicky Oster. We need to get a MOU between the county and the city. So if you could work with Eddie on that.
Okay, absolutely.
I think that we need to have that done.
Okay, that's fine.
Just something simple. So I'll make a motion to move it forward,
Yeah. Second.
which we've kind of already done.
Yep.
Aye.
All by aye?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Next item on the agenda, we have the comprehensive financial plan from Baker Tilly.
What this is, I guess a short synopsis of it would be an analysis of what our resources will be over the next few years and a plan to set priorities, how those will be used. Jason Simler's here from Baker Tilly, and he can explain to you works or answer any questions you might have.
We'd invite him to speak if you'd like to say anything.
Hi, Jason Simler of Baker Tilly. Yeah, Jim is correct. We've been talking about this for a little over a year now. The county may be putting together a comprehensive financial plan and capital plan, which would look at 2 years of historical information and 3 to 4 years of future projections of revenue and expenses to help the county make some decisions on not only operating type of expenses, but also the capital component as well.
Can you explain to the public, Jason, too, how this helps us in the future for bonds or things like that?
Sure. Well, I think, and more information that you have, I think the better decisions you can make. So this will actually give you an estimate amount of, again, revenues that you'll be receiving here in the next 2 to 3 years. So when you come to the budget time, you can have a better idea of what the revenues you'll have in your budgets. And then also, as you're looking at different capital projects, not only this year, but looking out 2, 3, 4, 5 years, this will give you an opportunity to determine, do you have cash on hand, where that money might come from. And that's one of the, the county has gone through a couple bond issues in the last couple years. During that rating process, one of the things that rating agencies ask is, do you have a long-term financial plan? Do you look out more than 1 year? And do you have a capital plan? So those are just extra easy points that the county can receive when they're looking at getting a bonding.
Jim, we've had, with our bonds we've done, we've had a very good rating, right? And with these plans in place, we can have even a better rating.
I suppose that's a possibility.
Yeah. So, and again, it was something that was asked, so you know how those things develop over the years. These bonding people will expect that as a normal day-to-day operation of the county. So I think we're just moving ahead with that in mind.
You good? No question?
I see that you've proposed an engagement letter to agreement for services here. We'll put that forward to the floor. Is there anything that we need to know about that?
The engagement letter, that you've got there is related to ARP, and they'll, I guess it melds with comprehensive plan also, in that, you know, those are resources that we need to look at, and they'll provide, Baker Tilly will provide services to assist us with the plan that is required by the federal government in order to use those funds, and the financial reporting that looks like it's going to be pretty extensive in regard to those funds.
Yeah, I
The
think you
planning
said-
aspect of it kind of works together with, I think, with the comprehensive financial plan.
Yeah, there should be two agreements, one for the comprehensive financial plan and then one for the ARP. And I agree, the ARP, you know, it's a large sum of money that the county is receiving, and there's, you know, guidelines that are coming out, you know, weekly, monthly on what that money can be used for. So there is a good tie to what that money can be used for, and incorporating that in your overall plan of the county.
Okay. So we're looking at both, right?
Yeah,
Plan and the ARP.
it'll be one signature.
I don't want to be deer in the headlights, and Jason, thanks for the attempt of 1 minute and 15 seconds. If you caught us grimacing back at each other, we actually had kind of a bet going if he could do this in 1 minute and 15 seconds or not, but he did a good job. I think he did it in 38 seconds before we started asking questions. So on this ARP thing, I don't, for some reason, either I wasn't paying attention a whole lot, or,
We did discuss it in the conference room.
okay.
You want to do it, or
Yeah.
it's too different?
I want to make a motion to approve the comprehensive financial plan.
I'll second.
Okay?
Okay. All by aye?
Aye. Okay, now with that said, you're going to be away the next two meetings, right, Chris?
I am.
Okay. Jason, how time sensitive is this?
The ARP?
Yeah, if we do this mid-July, is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
I don't want to delay things or be that guy, but I'm not.
I will be available remotely.
Yeah, but I just think it's right that when one of us is gone, that we don't do stuff like this, so we just do the basic needs, and then we collectively work together. I mean, it's no secret, we work on this ahead of time so that we have the right decision when we come here, but, or maybe it is a secret, I don't know. We actually work well together.
Actually, yeah, we actually hit it from you.
But I don't, what are you charging us for? I mean, what's this going to cost us, Jason?
Well, that's more of kind of as a time and expense, because
Right?
there's depending upon what services you need, how much assistance. I mean, there's part of as the guidelines come in, what can the funds be used for? Those types of questions, kind of what we talked about. The compliance issue, they'll eventually quarterly you'll need to file information. We can assist you with that. If you're looking at, you know, different grants for different not-for-profits, companies, we can help you with that. There's a whole list of things that the ARP you can go down different paths, and depending upon what paths you go down, we can assist you with any or all of those.
So this is more of a we can help you with arrangement than what we just did with the comprehensive plan. I mean, that's defined, you're going to knock that out for us.
Correct.
This is, you're there to provide services for us at the hourly rate. Is this the same thing you're doing for the city? Or did I get confused on that with the other one?
We're doing the comprehensive financial plan with the city. We've done that for years.
Right.
With the ARP, we're in talking with them as well.
This is also similar to what we're doing with RJL too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can wait on it.
But that's already, well, I mean, if you're good with it, and are you both good with it?
I'm good. Yeah. I mean,
Then go ahead and let's just do it. Because if it's, we're not doing the big plan, we're not doing a $60,000 out of the gate thing, I'm okay with that. You're billing us based off of our needs. It's fine.
so motion to approve.
Yeah, you make a-
ARP
Sure.
assistance.
I'll second.
Okay.
All by aye?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
I just appreciate you meeting with us and going over all this, so it does help. I'm excited about this playing that through your department.
Well,
The ARP is, I think, it's probably going to be more helpful to me than what you're doing with RJL. I expect to use them for financial reporting aspects of it and putting together the plan in a manner that the feds and State Board of Accounts will
Right.
accept.
Well, and for transparency, since I mentioned that in here, RJL's, RJL Solutions, we have a relationship with them for many things, but one of the things that they've been helping us with is we've been working with the city on how we can collectively use these ARP, as we call it, funds to benefit the community as a whole. So that's more of discussions, roundtables, or oval tables in that case. So I think this, now putting this together, Jason's information could probably help us drill that down and make it a little tighter on what we need to do.
Or including Jason in those sit down.
You said include Jason? You said, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
it's two things. One, it keeps changing, and then two, reporting requirements put on the auditor to do that, and this gives him the availability to get some timely information. I think that Baker Tilly will be on the cutting edge of it, and we'll move through it. And it's a large dollar amount, so it needs to be monitored and administered correctly.
Well, and this comprehensive financial plan, as we talked before, will help us with those predictive revenue shortfalls that we were so nervous about this time last year. You know, that $20 million is supposed to help offset those losses, and what we have to do is make sure that we're smart and that we keep county government running versus just taking and building a sculpture, which we're all for. But we've got to be good public stewards and work with the council to ensure that we have that. So these are good tools.
Jim, have we received that money yet?
Not yet. I resubmitted the application yesterday. They've sent it back about 3 times for more information and corrections, so hope third time's the charm.
Thanks for your work on it.
But, yes, which goes to the point that it keeps changing on you, and their deadlines aren't our deadlines and things like that. So if there's confusion to the public, it's not caused by our government, our county government. But,
Good talk. Thanks.
okay.
Next item on the agenda, we have the Vigo County Highway Department sale of surplus property, excuse me.
Good morning. This is just the next step in getting rid of the surplus inventory the Highway Department has on site at the moment. So this is just an advertisement that will go out and be advertised on June 25th and July 2nd, as well as the inventory bid sheet that could be available for anybody who would be willing to bid on any of the surplus inventory. And Joel, I don't know if you've had a chance to take a look at this or review it or not, but
Yeah, it looks pretty standard. I don't see
yeah,
any
it's
issue.
pretty simple. It's just something to tell them, hey, here it is, if you want your bid, and then it sets the date for 10 a.m. July 13th for a bid opening after the commissioner's regular board.
That's bid opening. So when can a person start submitting their bids?
They can submit their bids
Today?
anytime from basically now, or when it's advertised on Friday, up until that 10 a.m. time frame.
And the advertisement will tell them how to do it?
Exactly, yep.
And all the vehicles that are in there? And the advertisement will have all the vehicles that are in there?
It will not have, I don't think the advertisement will include all the vehicles just because it's fairly expensive to
Yeah.
include that whole list in that advertisement. But it does say that they can be obtained at the Vigo County Highway Department, either scanned copy or hard copy or whatever they need.
It's at the north garage too, right?
Correct. We're gonna try to get everything at the north unit, so it's all in one place. That way we know who's coming and going, looking at equipment and everything else. But some of that stuff, we have a grader that's down south that may be difficult to get up there, but we're gonna work to try to get everything up to the north unit.
But yeah, let's don't spend money on transporting that stuff up north.
Well, we have our own trailer now. so.
Right. That's a nice trailer too. You see that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Can I pull that with my truck?
No,
No.
you could back into it though.
But, yeah, so what do you think this
Oh, I
is?
got
2,
that.
3, 4 years
I would say probably longer than that. Some of this has been around for quite a while. We've put money into a lot of old equipment over the years that should have probably been liquidated long before now.
so we probably won't have one of these next year, or if we do, there might be 3 or 4 pieces of
No,
equipment
the
instead of 40.
intent now, the intent for what I have now is this is just to basically clean house, get everything out the door, and then hopefully as we start phasing things out with our fleet management plan, we'll have 1 or 2 items every year that we could phase out, that we could possibly go through an auction process. There's some government websites that you can advertise some of your surplus equipment on and get premium dollars for that rather than just kind of bare bones salvage value at this point.
Well, this stuff's junk.
So the minimum bid on there, just to disclose, the minimum bid is salvage value basically that we've gotten from local salvage companies. So that's how we establish that minimum bid. So, excuse me. But that is, that's how we put the bottom, that's the floor. If we don't get, if nobody wants to bid above that, then that's what we're gonna receive for it, because that's where we're taking have it salvaged.
And we should have titles for almost everything.
Yes, I believe we have titles for everything. I think there's one item, a trailer there that we may not have a title for, but it's a relatively small trailer. We could probably figure something out with that, but.
Thank you, Larry.
So do we need to make a motion just to approve the advertisement or just the whole
Yeah,
deal?
what do we need?
We already approved the sale list.
Yeah.
Or is this just discussion?
Let's just do it,
Maybe.
just so Karen has something else to add in the minutes. I'll make a motion to approve whatever Larry wanted.
I wanted to make the
So
motion.
you want to do it?
No.
Go ahead.
I'll second.
Aye.
All bye.
All right.
Guess I should ask for more.
Pertaining to the salvage sale.
All right, next item.
Next item on the agenda, we have the grant application with the Community Corrections Department.
I don't think Bill's here.
Bill's not here? They were working on it, yeah, so I don't think.
It states on here that the application has been reviewed and voted on by the advisory board for the Vigo County Community Corrections, so, yeah.
Okay,
Thank you, Bill.
standard grant. Okay, next item.
There is a signature page, so I think you should vote just to say you support or approve.
Motion to approve the grant application.
Second.
Aye? Aye. Okay.
Next item on the agenda, comment from commissioners or other elected officials.
I'd say we all got the same thing to say.
A storm? I want to hear from Larry. You knew this was going to happen.
I should have stayed up here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about what the highway department did and how active they were from Saturday to still ongoing today?
Sure. So as many of you know, we had a storm roll in late Friday night, early Saturday morning. Dumped anywhere from 5 to 7 inches of rain across the county. So we experienced a lot of flash flooding, heavy winds, a lot of trees down, a lot of trees in power lines. I know a lot of people were out of power. Highway crews were out very early Saturday morning, trying to make sure those roads were safe as they could be, removing limbs when they could, identifying those areas that needed to remain closed, looking at those areas that were flooded, putting up high water signs, road closed signs, just handling general complaints. I personally was out to about 2 o'clock, from about 6 to 2 o'clock on Saturday, and then most of the guys, I think, were out till at least 3 or 4. They were in a lot earlier than I was. Some were in at midnight. A few were in 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So they did do a lot of work, to make sure that roads are being shut down, to alert the traffic of what roads were closed and everything. And sometimes early in the morning like that, you come across a tree, across the road is pretty dangerous. So there were a few power lines as well and all of those. So the guys did good jobs, identifying those, keeping track of all that, and then we're still working on cleaning up today.
And that has set us back at least 2 weeks on a lot of our road projects that we've.
At least,
Week and a half,
at least
2
a
weeks.
week. We'll probably be
I was
most of
giving
this.
you an extra buffer zone.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, excuse me, some of the projects. Some of them are quick fixes. We can put some stone in some washout areas, things like that, on some approaches onto some roads and things like that, where most of our culverts were. We do have a few that have washed out that will take a little bit longer. We gotta wait on locates for those as well, so, yeah, I would say a week to 2 weeks, you know, I mean, we're still gonna try to get our essential stuff started back up, our milling process to repair some of our other roads that, you know, still damaged from winter. We're still working on that. We're probably about 40% complete with that. It's just a slow process, but yeah, this definitely does set us back on some of those everyday maintenance things, mowing, filling potholes, you know, replacing signs, things like that, so, we try to do our best, but, you know, when Mother Nature does something like this, it takes a while to dig out.
You can probably have a seat, but we'll see.
I won't go far.
Any other comments from commissioners or elected officials? Move on then to the final item on the agenda, comments from the public. I have received nothing. I don't know if anybody has anything they'd like to say.
Joey? Nothing.
Okay. Stand in recess
Till Tuesday?
till Tuesday, guys. Thank you. Didn't get that one done in 10 minutes, did I?